The same issue every week, yet no changes. We're going to talk about that group up front today here on Between the Ears. Hello, everybody, and welcome into another episode of Between the Ears. I'm Schuyler Callihan. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button here on our YouTube page at West Virginia on SI. Still dealing with some of the Wi-Fi connection issues that we have here at the internet or at the hotel that I'm staying in. So we're going to be still going audio today, but we'll get back to it all the full thing on Tuesday when I'm back home. So anyways, to further expand on last night's talk in the post-game show, I really wanted to focus in on the offensive line and just how poorly that group has played. And I know everybody wants to talk quarterbacks, and rightfully so. Both guys really struggled to find any answers. They didn't look the part. They didn't look like they were comfortable, a lot of which was because of the protection. And we can talk quarterbacks all the live long day, but the fact of the matter is this offensive line is just such a pain in Rich Rod's you know what, because they can't do anything without those guys messing something up. Whether it's a hold, a false start, whether it's detaching from a guy way too soon, whether that's not knowing who to hit. I mean, it's the simplest things, and we're talking about these kinds of things in Game 7. That should not happen. And I've tried to stay away from really going too hard after the coaching staff this year because it's year one. It's so many new players. But at the same time, there is a point in the season where you've got to show some improvement. And it doesn't have to be going from one of the worst position groups in the league to a top five. We're not looking for that type of progress here. We're just looking for competent football. And so far, we haven't seen it from that group at all. Like, not one sliver of that has happened. And really, since the Backyard Brawl, it's just gone downhill. I mean, across the board, offensively, defensively, special teams even has had some really bad moments. But this offensive line has been the one consistent inconsistent, and that just can't happen. You're giving your quarterbacks no chance whatsoever. You're not getting any opportunity to bust big runs in the run game. You have over 200 yards per game rushing every week, but as I mentioned last week, it's empty calorie. You can't. It doesn't matter if you rush for 200 if you have nothing to complement it. Now, yesterday they rushed for like a buck 40. Didn't really find any success there, which meant you knew it was going to be a long day because they couldn't do anything at all. And my biggest criticism right now of Rich Rodriguez is, like, you have no problem making changes at quarterback every single week, playing multiple quarterbacks every single week, playing different running backs, receivers, tight ends. Go to the defensive side. You're rotating some different guys in there, but the offensive line it's the same. Like that's where I don't understand. I don't get it. The same five guys, in large part, have started every game for West Virginia this season. Lana Livingston missed a game because of his injury, but outside of that, it's been the same five from start of the season till now. And it's been the same bad product through the first 7 games. At this point, you're not repping it out. You're not getting those bad habits out of them. Those are ingrained in them. This is what you're going to get. So why continue to roll with that when you have other guys on the roster that have multiple years of eligibility left that may or may not be the answer for you? You've got to figure that out. You only have a handful of games left, and you have no clue what Josh Isosa, Malik Agbo, Donovan Haslam, those types of guys, what they can truly do. What is their ceiling, or what is the floor, I should say, at least, for next season? Can they be in the mix to start for you next year? I have no idea. We've only seen them in small glimpses, and there's no way to tell that or judge fairly off of those recent appearances because they don't have the full runway. They're not going in there playing every single snap from start to finish. That's what has to happen. And I know Rich talked about this in his post game last night, saying that people get on me about not playing the offensive line or different guys on the offensive line, but trust me, if I would, or if I could, I would, something like that, because he felt like those guys that are in the second, third units aren't ready. I get it, but it's a lost season. You're 2-5. Going into it, you're 2-4. This season is going nowhere. I understand you want to win every single game, but the guys that you've been starting aren't getting the job done. So why can you make the quick hook at every other position but leave the offensive line alone? There's like this invisible shield around the offensive line where they can't make changes to it. Yes, you want to reward the guys who do the best in practice throughout the practice week. You don't maybe feel as comfortable putting some of those guys in the game because you don't trust them. But you also probably don't trust Khalil Wilkins. You don't trust Scotty Fox. But you have to play those guys due to injury. But you could treat this situation the same because those starting 5 guys aren't getting it done. You can't trust them. So why not try something else at this point? You're 2-5. You have to figure out who's going to be here, who can contribute, who can start, who needs to leave. So you have to figure that out. Continuing to trick out the same 5 guys is going to get you nowhere. You're going to be an offense that is stuck in the mud and has no way of getting out. Why the hesitancy with going to Malik Agbo at right tackle or Donovan Haslam at one of the guard spots or Josh Isosa at one of the guard spots? Landon Livingston and Nick Cray, the only 2 guys on that offensive line that have eligibility left that'll have a chance to start next season, and even they are not cemented as starters. But the other 3 spots, what are we doing here? They're seniors. They're not going to get any better. The season's lost. They're not coming back. So why are they still going out there when they're not getting the job done? Chemo yesterday completely detaches from his guy as Scotty Fox is trying to step up into the pocket and scramble through it, and it leads to a sack. Every week, Chemo has at least 2 to 3 boneheaded plays that just cannot happen. Way too many miscommunications up front. They don't know how to handle stunts or twists. They can't handle basic 4-man pressures. They're getting knocked back on their heels. I mean, it's a massive, massive issue. And that's why you see this offense stuck scoring 10, 13, 14, 17 points a game. That's why they can't ever get anything going in the passing game. And I'll stick by my point yesterday. I still believe West Virginia has to throw the ball further downfield. I understand the limitations to the offense in doing that because of the protection. But you can get it 7, 8 yards downfield. It doesn't have to be 0 to 5. I'm not saying taking 20-yard shots down the field. I'm talking 7 or 8. Get closer to the sticks. But at some point, to get it further downfield, you need that protection. And right now, it's not coming from those 5. So you need to try and find some answers. That's going to do it for me here today on the show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button here on our YouTube page at West Virginia on SI. And we'll be off tomorrow. We'll come back on Tuesday, and Lord knows what we'll talk about then. Probably some more about the future or trying to find a way to find some optimism and hope here down the final 5 games of the season to see if anything can get changed. But that'll do it for me today. Again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you back here in a couple of days. Take care.